Episode 86 of upcoming mods. This one's gonna definitely be an exciting one. We got some cool new weapons and honestly a lot more than that. I also do want to mention this is gonna be the first episode of the series and really the first video that's gonna be going up early on Patreon. You can find more details on that in one of the links in the description. In addition, I promise this is the last plug for this video. I actually have two new t-shirt designs on my store. I partnered with an artist that actually was a subscriber and a fan, and personally I think they look pretty cool. One is kind of a Darth Vader Pip-Boy style look so you can see his health and stats, and the other one is kind of a cross between Pokemon and the NCR flag. I think they look pretty cool, and fortunately they're only $15, so it has that going for it. Regardless, again, more upcoming mods, the series where I show you some work in progress mods by different mod authors in the community. As always, everything I do show you in this video is going to be linked down below, along with all the other cool things I showed you in the intro bit. If you are interested in checking anything I do show you out, again, links all down below. I definitely recommend checking out, especially some of the YouTube videos. Help support some of these guys' channels. They are doing it out of their free time, typically in addition to another full-time job. But with that, we're just going to jump straight into it. So starting off, we actually have what is an interesting bunch of work in progress outfits. It actually seems like these are going to be different outfits that were featured by K-pop groups. Oddly enough, they look pretty cool. They definitely would fit into Fallout 4 quite well. Some of them are a little bit more extreme and crazy, and I think for that reason, it would actually kind of fit to have an extreme or crazy character. In addition, they just look really good. You have side-by-side images of the real-life version and the in-game version, and you gotta admit, they do look really high quality, even if they're not your cup of tea. There's actually some other ones mixed in here. We do have some from Top Gun and stuff like that, but all around I gotta say these look very promising. I'll probably add them to my game. It would be especially cool if maybe some of them were integrated into the level list, maybe some of the more neutral ones, but again, all around they're definitely very different than any of the other outfit mods we have had thus far. They look more like normal clothes an everyday person would wear, which we don't have a ton of in Fallout 4. We have a lot of paramilitary or combat gear, or just otherwise things going for a rugged look, where this is going for a much more clean and normal look. All around looking very promising, and something I'll personally be keeping my eye on. So we do have a Bozar reload by War Daddy. So the Bozar is a gun that is already released, but it looks like now in a future update it is going to be getting some pretty nice reload animations. War Daddy, of course, has made a ton of reload animations in the past. I will have the full video linked down below, so check it out on his channel. He just posts a ton of work in progress content, so if you like this kind of stuff, definitely get subscribed. Again, I really like the look of these reload animations. They look very similar to some others, but they definitely seem like sharp and concise, if that makes sense. Sometimes mod authors, I feel like, get a little too distracted with making the animations look good, but then when you actually have to reload hundreds of times in game, you get very bored because they're drawn out and don't, well, simply put, reload fast enough. Well, these ones are definitely not going to suffer from that. Again, I think they look really nice and it's quickly done. So then actually some more animations by War Daddy. I'm including this one specifically because it's still a work in progress. The actual reload isn't totally complete, but some of the running animations and actually where you hold your hands are more complete. So this is going to be of the UMP-45, a gun we've seen tons of in Fallout 4 and even in other games. Again, look at the hand placement on this. So often many of these SMG mods do get plagued by kind of having your hand floating off the gun or just not in the proper place appropriately at all. In addition to that, the running animation is also a bit modified here, which I definitely really like to see because frankly you run a lot in Fallout 4. Animations are one of those things that you're just going to see over and over again, and having them really be polished and look nice is very important. Obviously the actual loading the magazine into the gun isn't done yet, so don't really critique that at all. Again, this one's also in the description. Check it out, look at his channel, definitely some high quality stuff. So this one's a little bit different. This is basically a bunch of concept art for weapons that are some in Fallout 4, other ones are just totally unique designs. As you can see, they're kind of organized into European, Chinese, and USA weapons. I personally think these are really cool. He actually encourages mod authors to use this as kind of inspiration to go and create some of these weapons, which would be really cool. Personally, I really like the look of all of these guns. I really especially like some of the battle rifles in here. This is the kind of stuff I would have loved to see in Fallout 4 instead of the assault rifle we did get otherwise. Honestly, seeing all these weapons in Fallout 4 would have been awesome, and I think a huge improvement over what we have already. In addition, he does mention the LAER rifle, which I will transition to right now. He did the concept art for this one, and it actually is being made into a full-on mod, that by the Rizzler. The Rizzler, of course, the mod author behind the Claymore sword, and more popularly or well known for the M2045 Magnum revolver rifle. This, of course, is one of the weapons from Fallout New Vegas. I believe it was in Old World Blues. It definitely seems like it's going to be Fallout 4-ized, that being a ton of customization customization options. You really can transform this weapon from one weapon to a totally different one if you actually look through some of these images. All around, again, the Rizzler is working on two very cool mods, this one and the gyro jet that shoots little missiles like bullets. Both of them are very cool and very high quality. He's honestly one of my favorite mod authors right now, even though he has released so few. Definitely some of the stuff he is working on is very exciting and honestly different. That's why I like it. That's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this video. Again, this is gonna be early on Patreon, but if you're on YouTube right now, you're seeing it a few days later. You want to see it early on Patreon, you can click on one of the links in the description down below to see more details on that. Otherwise, as always, I thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.